This video is brought to you by hoodbeast.com. Design your own custom hoodies. hoodbeast.com. We are beast.
Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zach Lee, back on the grind to bring you guys daily recaps on everything that happened in the NBA from the previous day. So let's not waste any time, let's just get into everything that did happen. Lego. LA, you can't fire Luke Walton now. If you guys fire Luke Walton, that means we have all lost. The NBA has lost and LeVar Ball has won. I'm sure if they really do let Luke Walton go, they'll make sure that everyone knows that LeVar Ball had nothing to do with the firing. But that's still not the point. That just means that LeVar Ball was right. He said Luke Walton wasn't the coach for the job, and as it turns out, he wouldn't be. Except for the fact he would still be wrong about saying Luke Walton doesn't have the respect and support of the players. Kyle Kuzma said that the players have Luke Walton's back.
Luke is my guy. You know, I love playing for him. Most of us love playing for him too.
So he got the players, but Luke Walton might not have the support of the Los Angeles Lakers management. As reporter Brian Windhorst gave us an inside scoop as to what's going on behind the scenes with the Lakers. Whatever you want to say about LeVar Ball, he has smoked out the fact that the Lakers do not support Luke Walton. That is crystal clear. There are now guys out there wondering openly to me, executive, coaching agents, wondering who the Lakers are going to hire as their next coach. That has been revealed here. They do not have unconditional support for Luke. So he said that and I was like, all right, whatever. But then he revealed who's the front runner to land the job as head coach if they do fire Luke Walton. And I was like, oh, I see crystal clear what's going on here. It all makes sense. See, this wouldn't be a move made because they don't feel Luke Walton is the right guy to coach this team. No, this would be a move made to bait in LeBron James. I have agents saying in my ear that they're going to hire David Fizdale. I knew it was only a matter of time. I knew it was going to happen eventually. I was wondering who the team would be that would hire David Fizdale to try and make LeBron happy and use Fizdale as bait to lure LeBron in. I thought it would be the Cavs. I thought the Cavs were going to fire Tyronn Lue and hire David Fizdale. Cavs could use a coaching change after all because things aren't looking too pretty in Cleveland. They just blew a freaking 22-point lead. We haven't gotten to that part of the video yet. But David Fizdale is one of LeBron's favorite coaches. He worked as an assistant coach for the Miami Heat back when LeBron was in Miami, and LeBron was out here looking for answers when Fizdale was let go by the Memphis Grizzlies. He likes Fizdale as a coach. He says he likes what he stands for.
I know how players relate to him, and I know what he stands for. And he don't stand for no, maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was, because he ain't gonna kiss nobody's ass, I know that.
But, LA, is this really the path that you want to go down? Is this really what you're willing to do in order to get LeBron James? To me, trying to bait players into signing with other players, coaches, whatever they might like, seems like a weak move. And it's a weak move that has almost never worked. Ask Washington. They hired Scott Brooks as their head coach to try and make Kevin Durant happy, since Scott Brooks is one of Kevin Durant's favorite coaches. Did Kevin Durant go to Washington? Nope, he didn't even set up a meeting with the Washington Wizards. Same thing with the Boston Celtics. They signed Al Horford to show Kevin Durant that they're serious about this thing, and if they got him, they would have a championship contender. Did Kevin Durant go to Boston? No, granted, it still kind of worked out for Boston because Al Horford has been great for them, but that's not the point. He failed as bait. The Jazz traded for Ricky Rubio to try and get Gordon Hayward to stay just a few months ago, and did that work? No. The Heat even tried to do this by drafting a rookie, Shabazz Napier, that LeBron James likes so much, and he still went back to Cleveland. This baiting thing the Lakers are trying to do, it almost never worked. And I don't necessarily agree with firing a coach, not because he's done anything wrong, not because you don't like the direction he's taking the team, but just because you can hire a coach that is one of the favorite coaches of a player that you don't even have yet, that there is no guarantee that you are going to get. That just seems so wrong. I mean, the players supposedly like Luke Walton. Luke Walton likes being the coach, of course he does, and they are apparently building something special in LA with what they have now, and you're gonna blow all of that up, you're gonna mess all that up for a shot at LeBron James. If LeBron doesn't sign with you, then you just took an L. Bending over backwards to try and make a player you don't have happy is almost never a good idea. For those of you guys who aren't aware, the Minnesota Timberwolves have been rolling recently. If you look at their recent games, all you see is a bunch of W's. The latest one coming yesterday against the New York Knicks, 118-108. Karl Anthony Towns almost recorded his first career triple-double in that game. 23 points, 15 rebounds, 9 assists. I didn't know he could set guys up like that. And overall, the Wolves are now 28-16 on the year, only a half game behind the Spurs for the 3rd seed, and like 3 games behind Houston for the 2nd seed. So the Wolves are looking like a really dangerous team right now, and I still don't even think they have reached their full potential even for just this season yet. Who knows how good they will be come time for the playoffs, and the fans in Minnesota are living it too as they continue to set franchise attendance records. I think they have sold out like 6 straight games now, which is the longest streak of sellouts they've had in years. So that is dope. All that being said, it's 2018, the official year of shooting your shot, because despite all of the success and the feel-good times that they are having out there in Minnesota right now, the Los Angeles Clippers still had the nerve, the audacity to offer one of the worst trade offers that has ever been offered in the history of trade offers. When this news hit my phone yesterday, I felt offended for Minnesota. The Clippers offered the Wolves a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to screw themselves over. Blake Griffin for Karl Anthony Towns. That's the offer that the LA Clippers made, and this isn't one of those fake reports. This was confirmed by league officials. You know what though, as disrespectful as that offer might have been, I can't even be mad at the Clippers because, like I said, it's 2018. It's the year of shooting your shot. The Clippers shot their shot. Granted, it was like DeAndre Jordan trying to make a free throw. That shot was never going to go in. The Cavs responded to all the criticism of their defense really well last night. In the first quarter, they limited the Pacers to only 12 points. 34-12. That was the score after 1. This is the game the Cavs fans were looking for, a bounce back game where they asserted themselves as a dominant team in the NBA. Going up by 22 after 1 is a great way to do that, but after that, they stopped trying. As after the Cavs went up 22 in the first, they started playing like a team that had been getting blown out the past couple of games. The Cavs lost to the Pacers, 97-95. It was just as bad, if not worse, than getting blown out because this was the game that they really needed to win. Looked like they were going to early on, but still didn't. And things aren't about to get any easier for them in the next games either. OKC, Golden State, San Antonio. That's 3 of their next 4 opponents. And LeBron James even let Lance Stevenson get into his head in this one. Man, Stevenson has been trying to get into LeBron's head ever since the Heat and Pacers had a rivalry, and now he was finally able to do it. He was finally able to push LeBron to the edge, and Stevenson was huge in this one for 82. He had 16 points and 11 rebounds off the bench. You just still can't panic though because it's the Cavs. They will bounce back like they always do, but they seriously have some really bad habits as a team that they need to break ASAP. The Warriors got the 108-94 win over the Bucks last night with Stephen Curry still out. Milwaukee just couldn't score down the stretch. They were right in the game until later in the 4th quarter, and that's when the Bucks just fell apart. KD with 26 points and Green with a near triple-double of 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists, while Giannis had 23 for the Bucks. The Rockets are starting to win again, even without James Harden, as they got the easy 112-95 win over the Suns. Clint Capella, aka DeAndre Jordan 2.0, who can shoot free throws. He had 17 points and 15 rebounds, while Chris Paul led the way with 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, and Devin Booker had 27 points and 9 assists for the Suns. Anthony Davis returned after missing his last game against the Grizzlies, and he, Boogie, and Holiday were just too much for the Blazers to handle. Seriously though, those 3 guys did just about all the work for New Orleans, a combined 85 points between the 3 players alone. Davis with 36, Boogie with 24, 19, and 8 assists, while Holiday chipped in 25. 119-113 was the final score. It didn't take any magical spells or potions, hocus pocus, for the Wizards to beat the Magic yesterday. All they had to do was have a pulse, even if it was only a very, very faint pulse, as the victory was guaranteed from the start. John Wall and Bradley Beal each scored 30 as Washington gets the 125-119 win. This was one of the uglier games of the season as neither team could really score. The key difference was the amount of free throws that the Nuggets shot in comparison to Memphis. They were 26 of 32 from the stripe compared to only 11 of 14 from the stripe for the Grizzlies. 87-78 was the final score. Will Barton had 17 and Trey Lyles had 16 off the bench. Jahlil Okafor had his best game since being traded to the Nets. He hasn't been playing much because he said his conditioning isn't where it needs to be. On top of that, he is is really rusty, like really rusty, which seems true. I watched him play a couple days ago and could tell that he still isn't used to being out there on the court yet. It's gonna take time. Yesterday though, he did drop 17 points in only 12 minutes off the bench as the Nets were able to beat the Hawks 110-105. Spencer Dinwiddie hit a shot with around 10 seconds left to go to ice this game. He finished with 20 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds, while Dennis Schroeder had 34 for the Hawks. The Charlotte Hornets are out here trying to save their season, it seems. They have been winning more as of late, but that's not really saying much. Anyways, they won again yesterday though, 98-88 over the Jazz, despite Donovan Mitchell dropping 35 points. Kemba Walker scored 22 for the Hornets. So that wraps up all the action from last night though. You guys go vote for the player of the day by clicking this little thing right here. Just remember though, the only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. And yesterday, you guys selected Lou Williams and there's 30 points and 7 assists as your player of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel to join the quest to 200K and hashtag a million a year, as well as to stay updated with everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis. But until tomorrow, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace.